So let's continue looking at the kind of transformation equation questions you'll get. So I'm going to skip the graph ones first and come back to them later. Let's take a look at the equations. All right, so looking at a transformation equation, you're going to notice that up here I've put an x-axis for you and over here I've put a y-axis for you. And it's to kind of help you count through, because again, you're doing this without a calculator, okay? Describe the transformations applied to the graph of j of x. So this is my original graph that results in a new function k of x. So this one is going to go to move to this one. So in order to see what's happened or what transformations have occurred, you have to look at what the difference are. The growth or decay, the steepness does not matter. It's just really what other numbers have they added. So you can see like right here with the x, they've done from nothing here to -2 here. And so this is going to be the key thing, or the thing that's important. Remember, for transformations, wherever the x is the inside. So they've changed something on the inside. So they went from 0 to -2 on the inside with x. So here's my x-axis. They went from 0 to 2. What happened there? They added 2. And write this with pencil so that you can delete it each time. If they added 2, because x is opposite, it's not really going to the right, it's opposite, it means going what? Left 2. And again, you're going to have different questions. This is just so that I can walk you through how to do them. All right, the other thing that I've seen has changed is right here, there's a number, whereas over here on the y is also 0. So what happened from the y? So I'm going to go to the y-axis. It went from 0 to 1. So if it went from 0 to 1, what happened? They added 1. And because it's outside, it's y in regular. So this means it went up 1. And again, it's going to look like I'm going fast. That is because at this point, I'm assuming that you know this really well. So if you're going to struggle with what I'm doing here, please pause this video, go back to the previous video, make sure that you understand this. All right, so I'm just going to do another one. So again, you're going to do this in pencils just so that you can go ahead and erase those marks, because we're going to just use this to tell you what's happening. All right, so given this function, so m of x is this, describe all the transformations that form this new function n of x. So they're telling me, hey, I'm going to start off with this one and I end up here. So to look at that again, the b is only telling you whether it's growing or decaying. So in this case, it's growth, but they're both growth, so it doesn't matter. So what is the only thing that's changed? You'll notice where the x is where our parenthesis always goes. So there's nothing in here, which means that's +0. But here it goes from +0 to 3. So again, we're going to do that. We start at 0, and then we're going to go to 3. Oh, this is the y-axis, y'all. So please make sure that you are on the correct axis, because it'll help you with the direction. You're going to go from 0 to 3. So what happened there? I went right 3, right? Or +3. But remember, x is opposite. So really, to go from this function to this function, I'm not going right 3, I'm going left 3. Then we're going to look at the y. So what's happened with the y? What has changed with the y? It goes from -2 to +4. So let's go ahead and do that on the y-axis and see what happens. From -2 to +4. So I start at -2. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go up 6. And y is regular, so that's correct. So it's going to be up 6. So the transformation from m of x to n of x is left 3 and up 6. And again, I can type this into the calculator and double check it. But again, remember, we're doing this without our calculator to get some time back. Looking at another question, write a function that represents transformations of the function f of x, which is this. Move the graph 5 units to the right and 6 units down, then give me my new function. So instead of them telling what it is and telling you what it's doing, they're telling you my original, giving you the instructions, and you have to write something similar to this. So let's go ahead and get started. So again, the way they're writing this, and just pay attention to it, they're not asking you to write what f of x is, because they've already said, hey, g of x is some transformations that you're going to apply to f of x. They're not telling you to write 5/3x, because they're already telling you that's f of x. So it's already assumed in here that f of x is this. All right, so we want to move the graph 5 units to the right. So if we were on our x-axis, and again, use a pencil so that you can delete, you would notice that there's nothing here, right? So we would want to start at 0, and then we want to go 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should end up at 5 to the right. So if that's the deal, I'm moving right 5, okay? But remember, x is opposite. So instead of me saying plus 5, I'm going to say opposite, which is negative 5 with the x value, which again, because of how they've written is right here. So this is going to be minus 5 because they did not write it in the exponent form. They just told you, hey, this whole thing is that. So I'm going to move negative 5, which would mean right 5. And then I need to move 6 units down. So again, so where's my start point? My start point was also at 0 because there's no y value at that point. And then outside here, I need to end up 6 units down. So I start at 0, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units down is negative 6. Because it's y and regular outside, it's exactly what you think. And you're going to write it like this. So g of x is saying take this function f of x, minus 5 inside with the x, which is right here, and then also minus 6 outside without the x. Let's practice.